Argentina is not just a country at the southern tip of South America. It is a living mosaic of peoples and stories. From the subtropical forests of Misiones to the icy reaches of Tierra del Fuego, cultures meet and blend in unexpected ways. In this video we'll travel through time and across the map to explore the main groups who shaped Argentina, the reasons so many have chosen to settle here, and what everyday life, including the price of a home, looks like for them today. The first chapter belongs to the indigenous peoples who have lived here for thousands of years. Groups such as the Mapuche in Patagonia, the Kam and Wichi in the Chaco region, the Diaguita in the northwest, and the Guarani in the northeast built societies finely tuned to their environments. They cultivated crops, traded across mountain passes and rivers, and maintained spiritual ties to the land. Colonization and later governments often dispossessed these communities, yet their languages, crafts and ceremonies endure. In many rural provinces, average house prices remain low compared to urban Argentina, often $25,000 dollars to $40,000 for a modest home, but infrastructure and employment can be limited. For many indigenous families, the true wealth lies in land and community rather than property values. Spanish colonizers arrived in the 1500s, establishing outposts that grew into cities such as Buenos Aires, Córdoba, Salta and Mendoza. They introduced the Spanish language, Catholicism, European architecture and a new political order. For 3 centuries Spanish descent defined Argentina's ruling class, leaving a legacy visible in plazas, cathedrals and legal systems. Today, Argentines of Spanish ancestry are woven throughout the social spectrum, from rural vineyards to cosmopolitan high-rises. In city centers shaped by Spanish colonial grids, average apartment prices run between $1,500 and $2,500 per square meter, reflecting their central location and historical cachet. Spanish influence also appears in food, empanadas, stews, sweet pastries, and in family traditions that still guide everyday life. Beginning in the mid-19th century, Argentina launched one of the world's most ambitious immigration drives. Italians arrived by the hundreds of thousands, drawn by the promise of farmland and urban jobs. They built much of Buenos Aires' housing stock, canals, railways and theaters, and their dialects blended with Spanish to produce the distinctive Rio Platense accent. Italian culture infused everything from pizza and pasta to football clubs and opera houses. In historic Italian districts such as La Boca, brightly painted houses recall Ligurian port towns. Housing here remains cheaper than in luxury areas but is climbing as gentrification spreads, averaging $1,200 to $1,800 per square meter, making these neighborhoods attractive to young families and artists. Other Europeans came in steady waves. Germans, Swiss and Austrians settled in Misiones and Córdoba, establishing colonies with Alpine-style houses, bilingual schools and beer festivals. In Patagonia, Welsh settlers founded towns such as Trelew and Gaiman, where tea houses and chapels still evoke 19th-century Wales. These communities appealed to newcomers seeking a quieter lifestyle that blends rural scenery with European traditions. House prices vary from $50,000 for a simple home to over $120,000 near tourist hotspots or mountain vistas. In these regions, the built environment itself, stone churches, wooden chalets, irrigated farms, tells the story of migration. Jewish immigrants began arriving in the late 19th century, many fleeing persecution in Eastern Europe. Philanthropist Baron Hirsch helped establish agricultural colonies in provinces like Entre Rios and Santa Fe, where Jewish farmers built synagogues and schools on the pampas. Over time, most moved to Buenos Aires, which now hosts the largest Jewish community in Latin America. Their contributions to commerce, literature, science and the arts are immense, from publishing houses to tango composers. Neighborhoods with strong Jewish institutions often feature bustling markets, kosher restaurants and cultural centers. Real estate in these areas can reach $2,000 to $3,000 per square meter for apartments, reflecting both location and amenities. Migration from neighboring countries has been a constant of Argentina's modern era. Bolivians, Paraguayans and Peruvians have revitalized sectors like construction, textiles, agriculture and domestic services. They bring Andean music, colorful festivals and new cuisines, enriching Argentina's urban tapestry. Many settle in suburban districts where housing is more affordable, sometimes under $1,000 per square meter, though they often face hurdles in securing formal employment and legal status. These communities have created strong mutual aid networks, demonstrating resilience and entrepreneurship despite economic challenges. In the past decade, a new wave from Venezuela has arrived, prompted by that country's economic crisis. Professionals and students choose Argentina for its relatively open immigration policies, free universities and familiar language. Venezuelan cafes, arepas and music have quickly become part of Buenos Aires' everyday life. Housing costs for these newcomers mirror the general urban market. Older apartments in secondary neighborhoods start around $1,500 per square meter, rising sharply in prime areas. Even with inflation and instability, Argentina offers many Venezuelans a sense of possibility and a chance to rebuild their lives. People continue to move to Argentina for a combination of reasons. For many, it is the promise of education and healthcare. For others, it is the pull of a large Spanish-speaking economy or the allure of natural beauty. Some are drawn to its cultural life: tango in Buenos Aires, wine in Mendoza, ski slopes in Bariloche, whale watching in Chubut. The diversity of options means you can live in a high-rise apartment in Puerto Madero, where prices exceed $6,000 per square meter, or buy a small house in a provincial town for under $40,000. This range reflects not just economic inequality but the sheer variety of lifestyles on offer. Argentina's magnetism also stems from its openness to reinvention. Throughout its history, waves of migrants have remade cities and provinces, creating hybrid cultures that are recognizably Argentine yet distinctly regional. Italian gestures mix with Spanish words, Welsh tea rooms stand beside Patagonian ranches, Andean markets thrive under European facades. Food, music, architecture and sports carry multiple lineages. Despite periods of crisis, the country retains a sense of cosmopolitan identity that welcomes new ideas and people. At the same time, challenges remain. Indigenous communities still fight for land rights. Migrants from neighboring countries often work informally. Economic cycles can make property prices volatile. Yet these varied tensions produce creativity and adaptability. In Buenos Aires barrios, new businesses spring up despite inflation. In Patagonia's small towns, young families restore old houses for ecotourism. In the Northwest, indigenous cooperatives blend traditional crafts with modern markets. Argentina's story is ultimately one of blending and resilience. Its main groups, the First Nations of the land, the Spanish colonizers, the massive European influx, and successive Latin American migrations, have combined to form a society unlike any other in the Southern Hemisphere. This diversity is visible not only in census categories but in street life. A Guarani word in the local slang, an Italian-style coffee bar on a Spanish-planned plaza, a Welsh-style teahouse on a Patagonian street. If this journey through Argentina's peoples has inspired you, picture yourself walking down a cobblestone street in San Telmo listening to tango, tasting empanadas in a northern market, or hearing Welsh spoken over tea in Chubut. Whether you are a traveler, a student or someone considering a new life abroad, Argentina offers a panorama of cultures, climates and communities waiting to be explored. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the rich tapestry of Argentina. If you enjoyed discovering how history, migration and modern life interweave here, be sure to like, comment and subscribe for more stories from around the world. Together we can uncover the histories and communities that make each country unique.